Welcome aboard. It's Captain G to Global War 85's Turning Point 8.3 Soviet Global Command. So quite a lot to get to today, so let's jump right in with planning phase and technology. Still rolling Tech 1, that is PGM. We're at stage 2, sadly. Tech 3 is computers, we're at stage 3, so we're close to that one. Tech 5 is CAT drive, also at stage 3. Tech 9 is new, advanced ASF, we're starting at 1. Tech 11 is advanced sonar, we're at 2. And Tech 13, advanced manufacturing, we hit 1 last time, so we'd like to move up. So we have 6 techs because we earned the battle star after the Angola battle. All right, into the randomizer, looking for all high numbers. Ooh, sadly a couple close ones. So there's a 1 and a 4. That's no good. 7, nope. 7, no. We didn't get 7s on the ones that we were allowed to. So 11 is advanced sonar. We had moved to stage 3, and that's Tech 11. And 9 is advanced air superiority fighter. Would have taken a 7 there, so we could have used the 12 somewhere else. But that moves us to stage 2. Advanced sonar 3. Advanced air superiority 2. We still have finished nothing. Well, except for AMD, I guess. All right, let's go over here and take a look at our purchases, shall we? Tilt you so you're not. All right. Walk into the turn with 61 IPP cash on hand. We are spending 16 in military aid, buying a fighter and a Top Gun ASF for our Warsaw Pact allies. We're spending 16 on air for ourselves, 2 fighters, 4 on a air cav upgrade, 6 on 2 SAMs, 4 on a mech, 4 on 2 paramilitary. We're finishing the army base for 6. We're building an amphibious assault ship for 5, taking advantage of labor union rules in India. And we are producing 5 cruise missiles, 6 anti-ship missiles, and 6 PG 700s. All right, now let's take a look at our combat. Where should we go first? Let's go all the way up here. Try to put you where you can see as much as possible. How about that to get started? That's the first few, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I may not say them in the right order, but I'm going to do them geographically. So you're not waiting on me to walk around this big table. Little map on a big table. So over here in 1 with this massive submarine collective, we are sending all 4 of our diesel electrics to fight in solidarity with our Warsaw Pact brothers against the NATO submarine fleet. So Flat Kitty has determined that his submarines will fight as long as it's to their advantage. So both sides have 4 diesel electric, and then he also has this 1 nuclear boat at 4. So we'll talk about it as we roll. Maybe if I get 3 hits and he only gets 1, he's no longer at an advantage, then he'll retire. So we'll do that in order. So that's Tech 1. Navy 1. Black 1 is missiles. So over here in North Germany, return to the scene of my crime where I totally failed my ally. I'm going to fire 3 cruise missiles, West Czech, East Germany, and then from Leningrad, a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use a spy sat, and I'm going to get hits, and I'm going to kill things. That is that one. Let's pivot on the map. Oh, look at that. One of our submarines is the song, right? When we're, look at that. Okay, good. So we can get a couple attacks here. White number 1 are these 2 juicy B-52s sitting here in Extremadura. And so that way you can see the path. Pardon my big meaty hand. Coming off the fleet, I'm sending an ASF. It's going to fly over this submarine that is unable to block its path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where it will engage in combat with B-52s. And I know what you're thinking, but Captain G, B-52s can only use cruise missiles, not applicable, or carpet bombing for ground targets, not applicable. How's this going to work? They're going to retire, the ASF will win the battle, and they will die. And that's what's going to happen. So I'll wait until the combat phase, but that's really what's going to happen. Exciting. And then down here, let me pivot you slightly. Here we go. Coming behind you, the Bear bomber coming out of Western Ukraine will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the same launch point as last time when his cruise missiles were going into Extremadura. 1, 2. Now they're going into C-Zone A40 and Western Sahara. 1, 2. So he's firing 2 cruise missiles. I cannot hit the attack helicopter, so any hits will be on United States Marine units. Okay, so that is Black Dice 2 for missile attacks. Let's go to G1, which is behind you, and I'm looking at end. Yeah, okay, good. The other attacks are all on the southern part of the map, so I will relocate you. So you get an up close and personal. So the island of Sri Lanka, as soon as India aligned, they aligned to NATO, hence their defense shield. So they've been cowering in fear here for some time, and we're going to put them out of their misery. Coming out of port in Diego Garcia with an embarked aircraft detachment. This amphibious assault ship is going to move 1, 2 into I-13. It's going to send the aircraft. It's going to embark a Marine and drop him off. And we're going to add 1 fighter against a paramilitary defending at 2. Okay, the last attack over here, Navy 2, is coming off silent running. This nuclear attack submarine will be firing torpedoes at this destroyer, and it's 1-on-1. Both are at 4. That seems fair, but I'm inspired by what Flak 88 said. His subs will keep fighting until they no longer have the advantage. So what I want to do to give my units the advantage is from this fleet task force marker, I'm going to send a cruiser, a destroyer, and a heavy aircraft cruiser. Let me angle you. How about that? 1, 2, 3 into this sea zone where they will all engage in the battle. I will also send from what is this? North Pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, sorry, 6, 7, 8, and he will fire 1 anti-ship missile at the destroyer. And if he gets a hit, that's first strike, the battle's over. If not, then the ships will fight it out, okay? He is being escorted, by the way, just to flex. This ASF is, Top Gun ASF is coming off going 1, 2. And I think I declared that both of these fighters from Angola and from Nigeria are all escorting. I still have no PGMs, so these guys cannot engage naval units in combat, sadly. All right, so those are all the attacks. Let me just, I'm looking for dice on the map. N1, B1, W1, B2, G1, N2. Yep. All right, so let's start throwing some dice. Let's come over here. Get those sad tech dice out of the way. All right. Okay, so let's do the sub battle first, where I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Soviet diesel electric submarines that will be attacking at 3. Small numbers. All right, I got 1. Let's see if that's enough to give me an advantage. 12, 11, 4. The U.S. or who is there? NATO. NATO has 4 3s as well, and a 4 from their nuclear attack submarine. Okay, so here's a 2. So 1 hit each. Boom, boom. And that's it. All right, so next round. And let's do this again. These guys will be the Warsaw Pact dice. These guys will be the NATO dice. We'll expedite this process. Firing torpedoes at each other. All right, so Warsaw Pact dice, 10, 8, 9. NATO dice, a 2. All right, so I lose a dice. These guys stay in. All right, let's go one more time. See if I can get 2 small numbers on my dice and even the odds. All right, I got a 2. Miss. Okay, so still even. I got a 3. Right? I'm not missing anything else. So that's another one. So now the question, Flat 8, is do you still have an advantage? You no longer have an advantage. You have a 3 and a 4 against 2 3s. I'm going to vote that you would not want to risk this. You know, if I get 2 1s, you don't have any more meat shields to protect him. While I would love to kill all your subs, I suspect you would want to end it at this point. And if I chose incorrectly, then we can do a housekeeping roll after, okay? So I'm going to take off 2. So that's what I think is there now. 2 on 2. He no longer has the advantage. That was his one and only criteria. NATO does not believe in fair fights. There you go. All right, a whole lot of steel going to the bottom of the Quebec Sound. All right, let's come back. So that resolves N1. And that turned out better, frankly, than I thought it would. So, all right. B1. So now I have North Germany. I have 3 cruise missiles coming in. There are no SAMs, no AMDs, nothing else. So any 5 or less is a hit. Or shall I say every 5 or less is a hit. Six, 7, 1. All right, so that 3rd cruise missile did make a difference. So I will target and kill 1 U.S. next-gen MBT. 1 U.S. next-gen MBT via the satellite will be dead. Okay, so that takes care of that one. Let me cross off this list as we go through. Chunk. All right, so now we don't have to roll any dice, but here we go. These guys will retire. And per 14.1.1, both the important note and the specific example, he wins the battle, and since the attacker won, any retired defenders are killed. Nice. And he has, I didn't do his movements, but he has 2 movement left. That's going to come into play in the non-combat. All right, so that's that one. Now let's go to, let's do the 2 cruise missiles at the Marines. All right, so 2 instead of 3, 5 or less. Low numbers. All right, I got a 1 and a 10, so that's one of the 2 Marines. One of the 2 Marines, and then you, whether you're an optimist or a pessimist, can say survived or did not survive. Your choice. Right? All right. It's like the cat. Okay. Now let's do the invasion of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. I have a Soviet Marine attacking at a 3. I have an air cav at 4. I have a fighter at 6. I'm going to roll them, and then I'll roll the paramilitary separate and distinct. All right, we got him a couple times. That's good. Suppressive fire, and then bing. And he gets a 2 in defense. A 2 in defense. What are the odds? It's incalculable. It's impossible to calculate the odds. There's no way you can decide what are the chances that he would get that hit. All right. I'm going to take the air cav. And you may be wondering, why are you taking the air cav? Reasons. All right, so that's Soviet territory, and the Marine is there, and I'll have to land the fighter. Oh, man, not worth it. Not worth it. It's not worth anything inherently, but it does have a bonus value. All right, so last but not least, the battle down here in, I don't know what this sea zone is called in real life, but underneath the West Africa. So firing at that NATO destroyer is my anti-ship missile. We'll do that first. Hopefully I'll get a hit and then we're done. If not, then we'll have to roll for the battle. 1 to 5. 6. Okay, so not. All right, used a lot of fuel to fly that attack bomber there. All right, so I have a 4 from my sub, and I don't care about target select because he only has the 1 destroyer. A 4 from my destroyer, a 5 from my heavy aircraft cruiser, and a 6 from my guided missile cruiser. Okay, I need 1 hit from these. All right, I got a hit with 1 of those and the, all right, everybody but the sub basically got a hit. All right, so he defends at a 4. He defends at a 4. Oh, Flack 88, you're killing me. What are these long odd, 1 chance in a million? If you played the NATO lottery today, I think you would win, my friend. I am going to take out my destroyer because he doesn't have any subs anywhere near this vicinity. So, and my sub can do a lot more than a destroyer can. All right, so that completes all of the combat. Now we have parking cars. Let's stay down in this part of the world. Let's go back here to this naval task force where I have a aircraft carrier left. He'll go 1, 2, 3. So from I-1 to A-47, the aircraft carrier goes into this C zone. I'm going to land the Top Gun ASF in Angola. Top Gun ASF in Angola. I'm going to land the attack bomber in Angola. Is that right? No. Is that right? No. I'm going to land the attack bomber on the heavy aircraft cruiser. I'm going to land both fighters on the aircraft carrier. And I'm going to shift this guy. He's going up with the carrier. So perhaps technically a combat move from A48 to A47. Again, there are no subs, but he's operating now with the carrier. All right, so that completes that side of the map. I'm also going to send this attack helicopter 1, 2 into Angola. Okay? So the helo flies C-zone Angola. Come down here into the Indian Ocean. I have this empty task force marker. I'm going to take a cruiser and these 2 destroyers, and the cruiser is going to use the shipyard bonus to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to I-1. Both destroyers will move 1, 2, 3 to the same sea zone. The frigate will move 1, 2, 3, 4 with the cruiser. This destroyer in I-4 will move 1, 2, 3 to be with the amphibious assault ship in I-13. This fighter will return to Hyperbad, and he has moved. This guy has not moved. He is going to air redeploy to Angola. Okay? So the fighter from Hyperbad, pardon me. So the one in the battle lands in Hyperbad. The one that was in Hyperbad that did not participate in the battle, he will air redeploy to Angola. While I'm down here, just north of this section of the map, I have this helicopter attack group. They have an ability to move 1, 2 into Afghanistan. And that task force is here. It is those three attack helicopters. Okay. Coming out of Volgograd at the major air base, flying 1, 2, 3, is this airborne into Afghanistan. He will join those attack helicopters. Also coming out of Volgograd, since we're going to work our way this direction, this task force marker, so he's done. I'm going to bring him into camera, which has 3 artillery and 5 MBTs and a SAM, will merge with this rocket force, strategic rocket force task force, which is 1 mech and 2 rocket artillery. So that's done. I don't need that separate anymore. And that entire task force will move 1, 2 to Southern Caucasia. Okay, and I'll rattle off the status of forces again when I'm done. All right, rotating up here in Western Ukraine, I have 1 airborne that is going to air redeploy. He's my first airlift. I only have 1 air redeploy. That's for aviation. But that is my first airlift from Western Ukraine to New Delhi. My second airlift will be this Marine out of Murmansk. And he will come all the way down to Hyperbad, at the air base there in Hyperbad. Okay? So different air bases. That is that air redeploy. And I think I'm done with this side of the map. Let's go over here. So I think you didn't see the path taken by the Bear bomber, the same path as last time, but he is now going to RTB and return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total movement of 12 out of his 13. Okay, so he's going right back here. I'll fix him later. That's super annoying. Okay, so he's going back there. Mission partially successful. I have my hero of the Soviet Union, that Foxbat pilot. He is going to move. He has 2 left. 1, 2. 1, 2 into A27. And you might say, well, gee, Captain G, he's a hero of the Soviet Union. You're just going to leave him sitting there where he'll drown? And I'll say, oh, ye of little faith. I'll say that because my fleet is going to move down A17, A20, A27. So that's these 2 task force markers. We are bringing with us all 3 ASW helicopters. In fact, I should have. Yeah, well, that's my mistake. I'll just keep them in with the task force. 1 ASF is not coming with the task force. The other one is flying, and I'm not sure what you can see anymore, but he is now going to land on the supercarrier. The fighter that's here in Iceland that could not conduct combat because of NATO's clever move, very, very good move, putting me out of supply. So he's going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to land on the aircraft carrier as well. Okay. The 1 ASF that was in A3 that did not join the fleet, he's going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 to Nordland Air Base. The Nordland Air Base. Okay. The backfire bomber that is also, he's going to leave Iceland and fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to Western Ukraine. Western Ukraine. Just, I think off camera, I'm going to come around now to see what you can see. Okay. What did I... Oh, some of it's on camera. Apologies, I'm smashing NATO. Alright, so I have just a handful of... Let me bring my checklist with me. I think I have a handful of moves, and then I'm done with non-combat. Alright. So again, that was the path for the backfire bomber. Coming out of Akershus, this task force, which has 3 mechs and a next gen, I'm going to send 3 via sea lift. Let me get this stuff out of the way real quick, hopefully quick, because I'm going to kill the 1 next gen MBT for the US. Okay. So they're going to come out of this major port 1, 2, 3 and into Denmark. So the SAM, the next gen, and 1 mech, and I'm going to leave 2 mechs there. Okay, so that is the Denmark task force. All right, I think I'll cover that in the status of forces. I covered that. I'm looking around because I believe that is all my non-combat. Yep. North Fleet, sea lift, airlift, air redeploy, the attack helicopter, the airborne, the marine, the airborne. Okay, I believe that is it for non-combat. Oh, no. No. I apologize. I thought there was something I was missing. So coming out of Western Ukraine, using the strategic movement from the major base, I'm going to send this infantry moving 1, 2 into Austria, and I'm going to have this attack helicopter join him in Austria. Okay? All right. Okay, let's place new units. So those are the new units. Both aircraft are going to go to West Czech, my ally. So how about I set it up like that? I'm going to say they were built in Moscow at this air base, and they're going to go to West Czech. A fighter and a Top Gun ASF. Okay, so that takes care of that. And that's it for up north. Let's come down here. All right, in Nigeria, I'm going to produce 1 paramilitary. I'm also going to finish my army base. In Angola, I'm going to produce 1 paramilitary, 1 SAM, and 1 mech. Okay. Coming over here to India in the shipyard, I'm going to produce a 2nd amphibious assault ship. All right, out of that major shipyard in I-13. All right, I have 2 fighters that I built. I'm going to produce 1 here in Angola. The second one is going to the airbase in Hyperbad. Come over here. Hyperbad. Let me just make sure that's correct. That's what I wanted. Yep. All right, the attack helicopter upgrade is this light infantry in North Pack. This advisors showing them how to build helicopters out of spare parts. Very good. So the light infantry in North Pack became an air cav. That leaves me with 1 SAM on my build chart, and he's going all the way up north in Akershus. Way up there in Norway at that other minor army base. Okay, so missiles, I fired all 5 of my cruise missiles and I built 5, so that's a net change of 0. Anti-ship missiles, I fired 1. I built 6, so I will add, it's a +5 to my inventory. +5 to my inventory, and it's a +6 to my inventory of P700 granites, which I just need to start firing some of those. Local fishing vessels, weather balloons, swimmers, barracuda. Okay, finally, let's bring up our income. So my base income did not change. I am at 51 IPP. 51. Still get 4 for oil. I still only get 5 for computers. I keep missing computers, so I don't get that other 2 yet. And my income for other zones should go up 1 now. It was 6. Let me just double check. It was 6 and now it is 7. It was 6 with 7. I'll audit that after. I want to make sure I'm right. But that's 7. And then this is the FEC. So before I add all that up in my head, which is hard, let me grab the low rolling pink. This is for aid to our FEC allies that are currently fighting in Grim Tide. If you don't know what that is, go to Flak 88 or Tabletop Tacticians page and their playlists. It's a Scenario 1 war with China. 11, so that's the max. That is not good. That is not good for me. So I'm going to take 6 off the top. So 51 and 4 is 55, 60, 61 IPP. 61 IPP is what I show cash on hand at the end of the Soviet turn. Fallout, I have that we were at 3 at the end of 7. And the Soviets used nukes, or the Warsaw Pact used nukes here. And NATO used it in there. In Rhineland, the US used that, but that was on turn 7. So I'm adding 2 to the Fallout. We go from 3 to 5. And with that, I'm done. And I turn over the turn to my friend and opponent, Tabletop Tactician and the US Global Command. This is Captain G, over and out.